Yeah, we are laying up good stuff. Yeah.
Hey guys, this is Backdraft and welcome to another episode on the Symmetria server. This is episode number 5. Thank you so much for joining me today. So in the last episode, we got all shulkered up and there was a few other things that we did. And since then, we have done a lot of work. As you can see, we are now at the site of the future Agrabah Palace, and we have successfully completed the foundation for the palace. It is all sandstoned up. This entire area is now completely flattened out. The walls are complete, and we are ready to go with the rest of the palace build. So I'm gonna get right into it. Plans for this episode. The plans for this episode are the following. I wanna make some progress on the palace, and as you guys have, well, or should know at this point, we need 4.5 double chests full of gold blocks to complete the palace, mainly the spires of each of the towers of the palace, and that is a lot of gold. So in my free time, I have been doing some research into some really fast gold farms and the best way to get gold, and I have found a design that is hopefully going to serve me well to be able to get all the gold I'm gonna need to finish up the palace build. And to do that, we're gonna have to pop over to the roof of the nether in this episode at some point. So if we pop to the front of the Agrabah Palace base right here, you can see I got some steps set up over here to get down to the ground. And as you can see, I've done a lot more flattening of this space to get the sandstone that I needed to finish up the foundation for the palace build. Now we're definitely gonna have to flatten out a lot more to get the rest of the sandstone that we're going to need. We still need a crap load of sandstone for this build. We also have a few other things that we have to do in terms of redstone. We got a couple other requests over at Minever. There's so much work for us to do, but I think we're gonna concentrate the majority of this episode up on the roof of the nether and get our gold farm going so that we can get all the gold that we're going to need. So I've done a little bit of math, and it seems that we will have to AFK for, well, I'm not even 100% sure because of the lag and how many players are on the server, but we're gonna have to AFK for at least a week to get all the gold that we're gonna need to get the spires. And with all the people on the server and the lag, I'm estimating that we're probably gonna be AFKing for a good 2 weeks overnight before we have enough gold to finish up all the spires. But we need to get the gold farm started. A lot of the other Symmetrians are now well aware of the massive amount of gold that I need, and it looks like we got a bit of a present from one of our fellow Symmetrians. I'm sorry if I'm butchering the name. I'm sorry, G3. I'll call you G3. Please put in the comments if you're watching this video how to pronounce your name. Terribly sorry if I'm butchering it. But anyway, we got a lot of gold from our friend G3. Makes just the tiniest of a dent in the amount of gold that we're going to need to complete the palace build, but every little bit counts. So thank you so much, my friend. And for the record, this is all the gold we currently have to our name. Not very much at all. It's like 1/200th of what we actually need to finish the build. This is gonna be a really long process. Alrighty, so as you can see, we've been a bit busy. So we built ourselves a nether portal on the top of the nether ceiling. The way we got up there, we ender pearled our way up there. So I don't think you can break bedrock on this server. I've talked to some of the moderators and a few of the other Symmetrians, and a lot of people have said that they've already tried to break bedrock, and for some reason it's not working. I may give it a shot, but either way, we were able to get on top of the nether ceiling just by ender pearling our way up there. If you are curious about how to ender pearl on top of the ceiling, let me know. I can drop you the video link that shows you how to get on top of the nether ceiling using an ender pearl. But anyway, we've been able to build this portal directly above our own portal, and this is actually allowed. You aren't actually allowed to build ender portals all over the place in the server just so you don't interfere with other people's spaces or anything, but I asked, and it is allowed to build an ender portal directly above your own to get to the roof of the nether. Kind of a bit of a life hack, if you guys didn't know. Anyway, let's pop through the portal and I'll show you guys that we have been successfully able to connect this portal to the one that is on the nether roof. And then it's time to start talking about the build for the gold farm. So we popped over to a creative world to demonstrate the gold farm that we plan to build. So first and foremost, this is a design by Nembomb, and he designed this farm to be as efficient as possible. I wanted to build a farm that's going to crank out a massive amount of gold, and as you can see, it is just raining zombie pigmen down from the spawn platforms. I'm currently on a camera account. Backdraft, the character himself, is standing up top on the AFK platform, way up there. You can see him just chilling right there. So these spawn platforms are just out of the range, or just within the range that we can start spawning mobs, and the player is just high enough so that they are above the nether ceiling. We're actually above the nether ceiling right here in this creative world. They're high up above so that there is nothing that can spawn below in the nether. So we have splat platforms right here, which are just made up of a bunch of hoppers. We got storage, one line of chests for gold ingots, and one line of chests for gold nuggets. And as you can see, just in the time I've been standing here for about 5 minutes, it's already cranking out a crap ton of gold. So in a perfect situation, this farm can crank out about 20,000 gold nuggets per hour, which is about, in terms of gold blocks, that's like 300 or some gold blocks, which isn't really that many, seeing as we're gonna need about 15,000 gold blocks. But either way, this is pretty much the fastest gold farm we can get without using a looting 3 sword. I could potentially create a farm that allows me to AFK and swing my sword, but I really don't want to do that. I don't have to. I don't want to have to use my sword if I don't absolutely need to. So down here, as you can see, we have the storage system, we have sorters going on, and then we have these weird looking dispenser contraptions. So anything that's not a gold ingot or a gold nugget will end up in this dispenser. And we just have a simple firing system such that when the dispenser has an item into it, which is just going to be swords and rotten flesh, and then if for some reason anything else ends up in this farm, it will end up in this dispenser, powering the piston, which will then go into this observer clock, which will then continuously fire the dispenser until it's empty, so we can effectively get rid of rotten flesh and swords and whatever else ends up in the system that we don't want. So this is gonna take a lot of time and a lot of materials. A couple more things. Right up here, as you can see that the pigmen are spawning on these platforms right here. You can actually see we had a chicken jockey spawn. If chicken jockeys spawn, they'll just die. Nothing to worry about. Nothing else can spawn on these magma blocks. It's completely spawn proof. No ghasts. Nothing else can spawn in this area except for the zombified piglins. Now, if you look right here, how are we capturing the zombie piglins, or how are we attracting them to these little areas here? We're using turtle eggs. Zombie piglins are aggroed by turtle eggs. And with these trapdoors in the way, they think that they can get to the turtle eggs. They will jump at the turtle eggs and then fall to their doom onto the splat pads below. These are just a bunch of trapdoors right here. Nothing too fancy, actually. It's just a bunch of area so that all the zombie pigments can spawn. We can pretty much max out the spawn cap. But on the server we're playing on, I don't really know how efficient this is going to be. I don't know if we're gonna get 20,000 gold nuggets per hour and then some gold ingots. I don't know. It depends on how many people are online when I'm AFKing. It depends on how many people are in the nether. It depends on what the mob cap is. And it depends on how laggy this server is, because the server has been notorious for lag this season thus far. But either way, this is a lot of materials, lots of hoppers, lots of chests, lots of magma blocks, lots of turtle eggs, lots of resource collection to do. So we might as well go ahead and get started. Alrighty, you're probably wondering why I look like a total jagweed right now. Well, that's because I've spent the last 3-4 hours wandering through the nether collecting a bunch of magma blocks, because for the gold farm, I needed about 4 shulker boxes full of magma blocks, and I was almost done, and then I flew into lava. Yeah, flew into lava. Fortunately, I was able to get my netherite tools back because I died right along this shore right here, so they were just kind of floating at the top of the lava, and was able to get them all back. But unfortunately, I lost my diamond pants, my diamond helmet, and my elytra. Pretty sure those are the most important things that I ended up losing. My bow too. So we're gonna have to make a trip to the shopping district and buy all this stuff back. It's probably gonna set us back like, probably like a half a stack of diamonds. Maybe I'll just buy the rest of the magma blocks I need. 2 diamond block reward for golden carrot person. I need their head. They leave golden carrots everywhere. Stop the golden carrot person. Jim Giraffe. What are you up to, Jim Giraffe? So we got fully geared back up. We got our elytra, we got our armor. We didn't have it enchanted yet, but that's okay. And here we over visiting Fluffy Butt's potion shop. If I pronounced your name wrong, I'm sorry, Fluffy Butt. But anyway, he has offered to sell me 11 stacks of magma blocks for the low price of buying some of his potions. And he has an awesome deal on these potions. It is 1 diamond for 2 potions. So I stocked up on fire resistance potions, so we don't have to worry about ever going through that issue again with falling in the lava. Yeah. Anyway, onto the wood. So the last few big ticket items we need for this build are 6,600 trapdoors, 64 chests, and 476 hoppers, I think is the count, which is going to require a lot of wood. Fortunately, we have a data pack installed on this server that allows you to craft 6 trapdoors for every 6 wood, making it so that one plank, it's 6 trapdoors per wood plank. So when you combine 6 planks in a crafting bench, you get 6 trapdoors, which is really cool because it's 1 plank to trapdoor. So that means I can pretty much divide the amount of wood I'll need for all the trapdoors by 3, which means after my calculations, I'm going to need somewhere around, for everything, about 30 stacks of wood, which isn't the end of the world. I could buy all of that in the shopping district. I just need to find some people who are selling wood because I want to use oak just because that's what I used in the creative world. But that would cost me about 60 diamonds. And I don't know if 60 diamonds is worth it because in the amount of time it would take me to just bone meal all of the trees and cut the wood down myself, I probably could go and mine 60 diamonds. So we'll probably just do that instead. On the other hand, we need a lot of iron for the hoppers, and I actually was already able to buy that. The price of iron has dropped significantly since the start of this server. It is now 4 diamonds for a stack of iron blocks. And we needed about 37, 38 stacks of just regular old iron for all the hoppers that we need. So I went and bought all that iron. So now we're gonna have to grind out a lot of wood. So this isn't the actual audio that I recorded with this video because I had a problem with my microphone while I was recording it and didn't realize it till after the fact. So the next couple clips are gonna be me talking over myself doing things in the game and try to line it up correctly. But anyway, we collected all the wood we needed. We got all the trapdoors, all the chests, all the hoppers. Everything is good to go on that front. The final thing we're going to need is turtle eggs. Now I got my hands on 20 turtle eggs and we have them all lined up here. And I've AFK'd for about 10 hours and they still haven't hatched. And then I did my research. You know, maybe I should do my research beforehand. But I did my research and figured out that in order for turtle eggs to hatch, they need nighttime. And all of the Symmetrians are sleeping during the nighttime. So we never have nighttime. So to get the turtles to hatch, we're gonna need to figure out something else. So here we see a wild backdraft in the shopping district visiting Sammy the Shark's Sea Surplus because I was able to get in contact with the owner who is selling turtle eggs at this establishment, 2 diamonds for 8 turtle eggs. I was able to negotiate a deal where we will get all of the turtle eggs, which is about 80 or 90 of them for 15 diamonds. A really awesome deal. This is gonna save us a lot of time grinding out turtle eggs. So hopefully this is the last clip with audio issues. We reached out to the Symmetrians to see if anybody had any turtles existing near any of their bases, and Kren Mutant, one of our fellow Symmetrians, told me that he does. He has 4 turtles that are ready and raring to go for breeding by his base. So we have popped over to where he is. Huge thank you to Kren Mutant, and we're gonna start grinding out the turtle eggs that we need for the build. Well, now that my embarrassing audio problems are over, the grind is complete. That took maybe 45 minutes or so to just get all the turtle eggs that we needed. Thank you so much to Kren Newton for letting me use his turtles. But anyway, this is all the turtle eggs that we ended up with. It's close to 300-ish turtle eggs, which should be way more than enough than we need for the build. So that is pretty much everything we need. I think it's time to get started. We're back, coming to you live from the roof of the nether, and I now have all of the materials together in these chests over here to the left that we need for the gold farm. There is a lot of these oak trapdoors. Oh my gosh, there's so many of them. We got the magma blocks, we got the hoppers, we got the carpets, we got the glass, and we have all the other various contraptions and redstone materials and everything that we're gonna need for the build in these chests right over here. So this build's probably gonna take me a little while to put together. We're building it way up above the ceiling of the nether so that we can maximize the amount of spawns that we get. Now, the spawn rate might be affected a little bit depending on how many people are online and depending on how many people are in the nether even. But yeah, it should do what we need. So let's go ahead and get started. Roll that music for the time lapse. was quite a tough build. I hope you guys enjoyed that time lapse, but we are all finished. Finally, everything is in place. We got the AFK platform way up top. We got some drops already coming down. Obviously, it's not at the rates that you guys saw in the creative world because I am not standing on the AFK platform, and plus we're on a server. Obviously, the rates aren't going to be exactly the same, but let me show you guys exactly what's going on. So up top is the same exact design. As I mentioned, I was able to half the number of turtle eggs that I needed and still get all of the pigment attracted to where they need to go to drop down onto the hoppers. So instead of 528 turtle eggs, we only have about 220 something or 230 something, and it's working just fine. Look at that, we're getting a bunch of them dropping down. Couple other changes down here that I had to make. I got rid of the chests for the gold ingots because I was not fully aware that. Why is there fire spreading? I was told that fire spread is off on this server, which is potentially not the case. Yep, fire spread is not off on this server. Somebody lied to me. We're gonna have to fix that. Anyway, I was told, I'm losing my train of thought here. Definitely need to fix that. Well, maybe we'll have to use stone slabs or something instead of carpet so that the fire can't spread and burn up all the carpet. But anyway, I got rid of the chests for the gold ingots because I failed to realize that zombie pigmen no longer drop gold ingots if they are not killed with a sword. So there's no point in having the chests for the gold ingots. I also increased the number of chests that we have here. There is 9 per splat platform, which means that if we can AFK and fill up every single chest that we have in each of these 4 areas, we can get a total of about 24 stacks of gold blocks if we can fill up all of those double chests. So I'm hoping that I can fill up all of the double chests with just overnight AFK sessions. That would mean we can get enough gold blocks to finish our build in about 9.5 nights of AFK sessions, which is quite a bit of time, but really it's AFK. I don't have to do anything. So that is awesome. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the time I have for this episode. I have some AFKing to do. If you liked it, please do not hesitate to hit that thumbs up. And if you really liked it, then hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications for future episodes on the Symmetria server. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys again. And I apologize for this video getting out super late. I know that it's been a while since I released the latest episode, but I was on some vacation, I had some time off, and of course, this build took me quite a while. So please hit that thumbs up and subscribe button once again. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you.